I legitimately thought it was just some dumb TikTok meme. But no! Dry land is not a myth! I've seen it! Grimace tastes like watered-down Dimetap grape confirmed. Can't wait for the birdie one that tastes like them little orange Carsick pills. Anyways, welcome to the Searching for RinoaCast, the Searching for Rinoa podcast.
Ah, yes!
Good lord, the amount of stuff for fighting games coming. Most of which I've missed, others just popping up now. Let's start with the two new characters I forgot to talk about in that Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. Closed beta out now, I've seen a couple of things there. It makes sense both Gron and Judah get the blue hair anime power up. I don't know what's beyond that. Is it like their dragon install, basically? Siegfried looking like this game's version of Final Fantasy's Dragoon or Dark Knights. Probably the former, since we already have Avatar Bilal that can cast from HP. Siegfried's more of the subduing his own full power to keep his humanity/soul in check by his trailer on Cygames EN's YouTube channel. Turn on the annotations, you'll get that he knows Percival. And then a snippet of Nier, not the Yoko Taro series, Nier. Same letters, though. I got this one from gleaming at the wiki for the gacha game. She wants love and wasn't getting it, so it whooped her and put her with an Arcanum that's literally the Grim fucking Reaper, kinda getting a Abba Paracelsus vibe? Like, she won't let her beloved go, and maybe her thing is necromancy to bring back loved ones from the dead as summons? We don't have a summon character in the fighting game, so I don't know. I don't know what she's about. Again, only a little snippet. Perhaps the biggest news for Versus Rising comes with the change of the mechanics of the game. Simplified button inputs will no longer have any damage drawback. As the YouTube channel Zeta Slow pointed out, the cooldown for specials using simplified inputs actually takes longer than it does traditionally. I know Street Fighter 6 had simplified inputs, but I haven't played the game yet. I think that might do damage reduction on simplified. Does KOF 15 even have simplified inputs? As far as I remember, Real Bout Special was the only one to simplify Geese's Raging Storm, you know, the pretzel. I think it was like a back to down, and then you hit like 2 buttons or something like that, I forget. And then Real Bout 2 kind of like changed it back again. I forget which Real Bout it was that like really simplified a lot of people's controls in that. Delving deeper, Zeta Slow does reveal there is still one drawback with simplified controls. Lose out on one of your attack buttons. I felt that change with BlazBlue Cross Tag and was like, no, sir, I don't like it. Over on Street Fighter 6, Rashid dropped. The glow-up game continues for outfits. If there's ever a Cross Tekken 2, he can be stream buddies with Julian Gonry. Fingers crossed, stranger things have happened. Notch dropped for 15. Feels weird to have her be DLC twice. I guess they can't find a team for her. Maybe she works alone like Iori for some KOFs. MK1 with multiple trailers. One called the Umgadi trailer shows Liu Mei is possibly still up to her traitorous ways? ? Got Liu Kang stating, she used to lead the Umgadi till her father died on her watch. So there goes King Jared as a surprise character. Leaked private trailer of story mode has Li Mei speak of General Shao's betrayal, which also shows off Reiko and Motaro. Not sure if they'll be playable or not. Maybe they'll do the thing where it's like Reiko is General Shao. Like they'll finally like connect that. Who knows? But yeah, betrayal, a running theme. Like the last time Li Mei got any character development, it was her actually working for the Dragon King Onaga, betraying Earthrealm, which is one of the pieces that led to Armageddon. She fights another possible murder suspect and former traitoress in Tanya with this cool maybe quad-segmented staff weapon. Keeping up with the new Tarkat development, here's Baraka with a bunch of afflicted saying, if Liu Kang had helped, he'd have done it by now. Tarkat disfigures and debilitates. Kind of sounds like ghouls from Fallout. There's some that are like not really decomposing, but their teeth just kind of and go feral. You've seen the Melina start to kind of, and then somehow their like bones become sharpened or whatever. Maybe Baraka did. I don't know. Can they all do that? I'm thinking like just Wolverine went out to adamantium with Baraka. I don't know. Where does he get the blades at? How does he? Does his bones just? Maybe the bones just do that? The skeletons become hardened or something? Yeah, there's only so much we know on the surface level of this Tarkat. Baraka caps that off with, "Death is our only release." Missed opportunity to say death is the only way out, but that's a Cyrax line. I think he was cameo confirmed. I seen Sector in one of the trailers. Possible rebellion he's planning? He's got no Outworld ties anymore, so this might be a chance for his ending to be a Baraka-con? Cameo showing off some of the more lesser-known characters as well. From Deception, we have Darius. Oh, there's hope for me yet. You will take cameo at this point there, Shujinko? Why not? Maybe DLC? Speaking of DLC, MK does its thing where it just, since MK10, it just dropped characters that are just like, oh, by the way, game's not even out yet, and here comes DLC Pack 1. Ermac, Quan Chi, and Takeda. Do they come from the timeline? Is this Shang Tsung like marshaling forces from like another place? We still don't know the story behind them. How they manage that. Takeda is the most interesting, like out of all the Mortal Kombat babies.
It's baby!
Quote unquote. Takeda for now in DLC. No Cassie yet. No Cassie, no Jackie. Hell, even Jax, I think, is a cameo. I guess they'll work that because Papa Kenshi's in the game already. And then comes the crossover. The WB pulls off Peacemaker looking just like John Cena. I binged that during my little away in August. I was like, okay. John Cena just dropping F-bombs seems like the funniest thing to be. But who's there? We got Invincible's Omni-Man. J.K. Simmons already tapped to voice him. And then they cap it off with his death battle opponent, Homelander. And then another trailer after that, the official Keepers of Time. Garrus is back and has been drafted by God Liu Kang. And apparently this is happening also. Just looking up stuff as I'm editing on the Mortal Kombat wiki. Yeah. We're finally going full circle with it. We're finally getting Jean-Claude for Mortal Kombat game. And it's the first one. Again. Say what you want about the fucking story of Mortal Kombat being dog shit, and at times, yeah. But man, when they... I don't think I've talked about Tekken 8 at all since the reveal. We got 16 starting characters for a closed beta themselves. Jack 8, you always gotta have a new Jack. Jin and Kazi about to end it all, and finally her first canonical appearance since Tekken 2, Jun Kazama. Paul Phoenix, Martial Law, King, Lars, Asuka with a new hat, Lily with possibly a new cat. Leroy Smith is too cool for DLC confirmed. Welcome to the Shizo. Nuna, Hwarang, Brian Fury, Zhao Yu, and Claudio. Character-specific intros for the first time in Tekken, and not just a back-and-forth quote. It's coupled with, like, different poses than the two interact until the actual fight begins. So, think back on all those games that had, like, intro quotes between certain fighters. We're seeing the evolution of that here. From the 4th to the 6th is Evo, featuring Here Comes a New Challenger, Riot Games Project L. Now, the early bird and DNF duel caught the worm. Let's see if this 2-on-2 versus can wrest that worm away. Characters already confirmed so far: Darius, Echo, and Ari, the 4th character to possibly be revealed at Evo. I think that about covers all fighting games. Whew. MK1 just kept hitting and hitting and hitting. I'm like, oh my god. When I wrote this, it was like the 2 trailers, and then the Gears thing, like, literally, I think like a day or 2 before. I'm like, oh god. Now for the usual segment that comes to talk about games next month with Coming Soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming Broforce Forever. New update, characters, and patches on the Earth. And on that day, professional wrestling meets turn-based RPG in WrestleQuest. We do have actual wrestling legends in this. Andre, Jake the Snake, Road Warriors. This looks like my kind of shit. A fun-looking top-down shooter in Zombie Soup on the 10th. If there's a sale, it could make October stuff. Or spooky scary stuff. But I think I already have enough games for the month. But you never know. And if that's not getting in on the spooky scaries early, same day, Dead Cells return to Castlevania. If you like your Super Monkey Ball types, try Marble at Up Ultra on the 17th. Maybe ninja platforms are your thing. Shinobi Non Grata may scratch that itch same day. And then it's right back to the early spookies on the 18th with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game. I think I might have played this on, Congregate or something like that, but it's a chess with a gun involved, the Shotgun King, the final checkmate on the 24th. And probably the biggest reveal for most, Armored Core 6 on the 25th. Now for my next segment, The Adventures of Platinum Hunting. I did the sound of kind of like Pow Clash Shatter. Big sale on some games. Notable here is Frogo 2 and 3. They gave me a dash button with square. Collect as many fruit as you can and get as far in the game as you can. Try not to get run over by the cars. If that happens, you have to start over and start collecting everything again. It is not cumulative. It has to be all in one run. Mermaidios 1, 2, and 3 all require you to swim around collecting stars to get 520 points. All these games I'm mentioning are loaded with trophies. Shout out to Frogo 3 for being platinum number 500. Current level, 760, platinum trophies 504. Some I gotta keep to myself. They could be games I'm playing later on, just saying. Alright, yeah, quick platinum hunting, quick snacking for Rinoa as well. So anyways, I had the Grimace Shake, I mentioned that. One drink I did find good was this Lemonade Splash Fizz. It's like a very lemony Sprite, but not as fizzy. It's like sparkling water and not soda. This, honestly, was a growing on me effort, but I'll see if I can look for the others. Lemon's kind of like really, really lemon. Like, it smelled like cleaning lemon. I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. Found a new Cheetos mac and cheese in the 4 cheese. You think this would be more cheesy as a result or something, but to me it just tasted like a less cheesier Kraft. It's good, just not what you'd expect with 4 cheese, just saying. Reese's for popcorn.
Yes.
Yeah, just plain old non-buttered popcorn with that drizzle on it, so it's not overly sweet or anything. This is the winner for the month. I ate the whole damn bag before I knew it. Anyways, I'm back on my YouTube timelines once again after my little mini vacation / getting shit up and ready to drop in September. SEGAUGUST starts today. Then Neptember 2 and more spooky themed games to go through in October. November, December, I'm keeping to myself for now. Around 2024, it's time to scratch that Nuzlocke itch for me. I'm going over, even now, I'm going over, in my own head, Because Gen 2 is my favorite. We'll see how that holds up. I think I'll want to do the DS remakes. I'm thinking Heart Gold. But I've also never ever... I've played Pokemon Crystal, but I've never beat it, so I'm debating. Might do one and then the other. I might just, I don't know. It's also got that whole day and night system, so I gotta work that differently, because it's I may run into a situation where it's oh, I want this, but I gotta wait for a certain time period to get it. Unless there's a way you can, manipulate the clock in game. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's an easy mode for Nuzlocke where you go to catch 2 Pokemon each route. That would defeat the whole purpose. It's this Pokemon during day, this Pokemon during night. I'll just come back and, nah. It would just overcomplicate things. Or I could add it as a rule, and it's oh, you caught this Pokemon at this route at the day, and it dropped? The night one goes with. Kind of like a, what do they call it, Wonder Lock or Mary Lock or something like that, I forget. Where it's soul lock, like 2 people playing. It would just be by myself, but like a day and a night one. Like if one of them drops, the other does too. Like if I get like a Pidgey in one route and a Hoot in the same route the Pidgey drops, I gotta ditch the Hoot also. But that can also run into a problem where it's like now more routes have no Pokemon there either, which would kind of like, yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of ideas running through. I was actually curious about the original Gen 1, because I kind of thought too, if I do well enough in Gen 2, because I don't think, when I did my first Nuzlocke, I don't think my deaths were even in like the double digits, or just at the double digits. I don't know. I almost did it if I didn't think of the trading card game, but I'm like, might be too hard, because it's original Gen 1, Nick. But I saw a thing for that where it's like the 3 starters you earn can't be drafted in a Nuzlocke. Maybe I can be like, all right, they're draftable, but I only get 1 on a team at any given point. I can't just load my team with Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. I have to pick one and just keep the other 2 in reserve. Because they're gift Pokemon, and usually like gift Pokemon are like, especially like the game gonna give me 3 starters. Starter Pokemon are always like a little higher in stats and everything. Even back then. I mean, I would just work Charmander again, but I don't know. It's got that busted original Gen 1 rules though. You know, no special split. So I'm thinking that is like an extra challenge. Anyway, that's the podcast. If there's a Grimace shake, that implies you can milk the Grimace. And now you have to deal with that in your head like I did. Play me out! If I tell people I actually like the Grimace shake, does that invalidate snacking for Rinoa forever? I said play me out!
God damn it, baby, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time.